Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So tonight we're going to start off on the makruhat, which are acts which are disliked in salah. Doing some of these acts in salah causes some of the blessings to be diminished. It's not as though your prayer isn't accepted. The first thing is, some of the ulama, some of the shuyukh, they're very strict on this matter, which is praying with a kufi or a hat on. It is said that the Prophet ﷺ only prayed on a very few occasions without a kufi on. One was obviously Umrah or Hajj. Once you put on the ihram and you make niyyah for ihram, you don't put it on. And it's said that the Prophet ﷺ, even when he went to relieve himself, he would have his hat on. So wearing a kufi. The other thing is exposing the arms above the elbows. So praying bareheaded and exposing the arms above the elbows. That we should try to wear a long sleeve shirt. Playing with the clothes or the body while we're praying. So fiddling with your thumbs, fiddling with your fingers, or messing with your shirt and stuff like this, we should avoid this. Performing salah in clothes in which people do not ordinarily like to go out. For example, if you would not go out in your night suit pajama, don't go out in something in which you wouldn't like to go out in front of people. Come respectable in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what this means. To dust the floor with one's hands to prevent the soiling of clothes. Look, if you're praying outside, you're praying inside, there's something dirty, don't try to make an effort, clean it and stuff like that while you're praying. After the salah is done, the time will come you can clean yourself off. Performing salah when one has an urge to urinate or to pass stool. That if you have to use the bathroom first, do your wudu and then pray. Don't pray in a state where you're hopping around. To crack one's fingers or putting one's fingers into the hands or fingers of the other hand. So just like I said, twiddling and playing with your fingers, don't be doing that. Turning the face away from the qibla and looking around. That we should be focused in our salah towards certain directions. Like we mentioned this in last week's, there was a small second part which we did, that where we should focus when we're praying. It is makruh for men to rest both of the arms and wrist on the ground in sajda. That this is only for the women. Men cannot put their hands down like this when they're in sujood. That this is not something men should do. Performing salah when another person facing him sits ahead. For example, like this brother is sitting here, I shouldn't, even though we're talking about the qibla this way, I shouldn't start praying. I should move away to a side or something like that. I shouldn't put him in a compromising situation. Yawning intentionally and not preventing it if one can do so. Closing the eyes. But if it is done to concentrate in salah, it is allowed. Last week a question was asked, can I pray with my eyes closed? The answer to that given to us by Mufti Ahmad Jafri was that it is disliked, but it can be done. It is makruh or disliked for a mature person to stand alone behind a row where there is a place in the row in front of him. For example, if it's children, it's okay. For example, if it's a woman, a lone woman who came for salah, it's okay. But if we have space over here on the right and the left, and you go pray alone, that this is makruh. Performing salah in such clothes which have pictures of living objects on them, that this is disliked. Performing salah at a place where there's a picture of an animate object above you or in front of you, or where you're going to make sujood. To count ayat, surahs or tasbeehs on the finger in salah. Performing salah with a sheet or clothes wrapped around the body in such a way that it makes it difficult to free the hands quickly. For example, if you're going to ruku and your hands are stuck, it slows you down. To yawn and stretch arms to remove laziness. And then the last one is doing something against the sunnah in salah. We went over the sunnahs last week. So these are things which are disliked. Although if we do them, some reward of the salah may diminish, but it doesn't break one's salah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.